No brakes, don't worry.
When a land plane pilot comes in a bit tight in a seaplane and forgets he has no brakes.
Now that's how you get to a beach.
How did you know I put the brakes on?
Because I did the same.
Welcome to the Flying Reporter.
So for our viewers, we've set off again on a rather different day today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, it certainly is, John, isn't it?
We've got been greeted by some unpleasant weather, and it's beaching today.
We're going to look at beaching as an exercise. I will demonstrate and teach you beaching at a relatively safe beach, and then we'll select another beach which I'll nominate for you, and then it's up to you to put into practice what I'll just have taught you. And I will play the role of an informed and interested passenger. So feel free to use me as you see fit. We're both in shorts. We're both quite happy to get
throw you in then.
You can throw me in.
I'm heading to the famous Loch Lomond in Scotland in this amphibious Cessna 172 with seaplane instructor and examiner Stuart Houston from Scotia Seaplanes. In a previous episode, we covered circuit training and got the hang of the basics of taking off and alighting on water. Today, our goal is to beach the seaplane on two different sections of the loch, light a fire, have a brew, and enjoy the view. Not that it's at its prettiest today.
God, it looks a bit horrible, doesn't it? Shall we have the lights on, just in case there's anybody else out there?
That's pulling on this one, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed. Glasgow Radar Golf Alpha Mike to Alexandria. We'll be letting down and operating in Loch Lomond for the next we'll maintain listening watch this frequency, but we'll most probably be out of two-way communication.
Golf Alpha Mike, Roger, and if you give me a call for rejoin when you're heading back south.
Golf Alpha Mike. Yeah, let's come down a bit lower, John, because I'm sort of starting to lose references. So you can see the island of Inchmurren.
Yeah. This is going to be a bit tough, isn't it? Are you happy with this? Or
yeah. Well, we're committed now. We'll just go and alight on the water and see what we get, shall we?
Yeah, I'm happy if you are. I didn't want you to go pressing ahead.
Just let this pass through. Yeah, get yourself down to 1,000 feet. You might see a bit more.
As I approached the loch, I began to assess the water's surface for wind speed and direction, but all was not what it seemed.
So we've got white caps.
That could be speedboats.
Really?
Yeah, speedboats.
Oh yeah, it is as well.
Yeah, get yourself down to 1,000 feet. This is the broadest part of the loch.
Right.
The southernmost part.
Right.
And we're expecting an easterly wind. So we can operate east-west.
Along this bit here, right to this side of the island.
Indeed. Or even to the north side of the island. But it's wise to make the normal inspection pass to conduct your woods check, first of all.
So, and we've got speedboats, as you say.
Okay.
I'm alright for terrain this heading?
You're okay for terrain. But you're
probably jet skis, actually.
You want to be down at 500 feet anyway, John, just to do the inspection pass of the area in which you want to operate.
Want me to come down a bit more then?
Yeah.
500 AGL, so...
You're at 1,000 feet just now.
It looks like 1,000, doesn't it?
This is at sea level. Loch Lomond's at sea level.
So we've got a few waves in there. We've got a bit of glassy on the side there.
Okay.
Can I come right a little bit?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Just looking for what it looks like down there. It's not glassy. We don't have any streaks. It's very difficult to see. It looks a bit glassy around the island here.
Okay.
Just struggling to sort of identify the wind, really. I mean, we're doing 98 miles an hour, so we're doing 87 and we've got 71. So we do have a headwind component here.
Yeah, that's a good way of checking. The other good way of checking, can I have control
a moment?
Control. Because Loch Lomond is non-tidal, moored boats will point into wind.
Ah, so they're all pointing to the wind.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, you have control.
I have control. We've got a wind speed, 5 to 10 knots by the looks of it.
I would agree with that.
Obstacles above the water, I don't see any pylons or cables.
That's correct.
On and below the water, we've got a few down the shoreline here. We know we've got the jet skis over in the bay.
They're in the bay.
So what are we going to do? What do you want to do?
All I want you to do just now is maybe for a bit of practice, John.
Yeah.
Just a light here.
Yeah.
Then we'll take off and I'll steer you towards a beach.
So what was the other? D is for
Depth.
depth. Well, it looks deep in the centre.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And S is going to be for
Shape, size,
shape.
surface.
Well, we're happy with the shape.
surroundings,
It's loads of room to manoeuvre in.
Yeah.
So we're downwind now.
Check.
So brakes are pressurised and off. Undercarriage is up for greens, for blues, no pump. And indicator up.
checked up both sides.
Carriage mixture is fully rich now. Props full forward. Flaps, we want to flap 20. We're in the limit speed. Oh, it's bloody hard to do this. Oh shoot, and
Yeah,
not balloon.
Yeah, that's it. Just anticipate. Just anticipate.
T's, P's, trim, set. We're strapped in, doors locked.
I'm secure, thank
hatches
you.
on us, yep. And then F parts, so it's flaps, we've got flaps 20.
Check.
Props full forward. A is for area.
Yep, you've just
We've checked
inspected
that.
that.
Rudders are up.
Check.
T is for trim, I think.
Yep.
And S is for sticks, going to be full back.
Okay.
So we'll come round to base.
This is, I think, the first time where Stuart, as much as possible, was leaving me to it. I was faced with assessing the area, determining the wind speed and direction, and then going through all the checks to get the aircraft configured correctly. You can see I'm working hard, and I can feel my brain is working overtime to keep on top of everything while manoeuvring the aeroplane at low level in poor weather.
It's very difficult to see the surface.
Yeah. Look down to the side,
Yeah.
and that'll give you some height perception.
500 feet per minute, we're a bit fast. Trim up. And coming to the flare.
Just hold the attitude. Bit more nose up, John. That's it.
Oop.
Just hold the attitude, close the throttle. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Cool. That was quite difficult to judge, wasn't it?
It's almost, I sometimes find if the windscreen is obscured by moisture or rain or bugs, you almost have to use a glassy water landing technique, because although there is plenty of surface definition when you look straight down, when you look straight out ahead, you don't have the surface definition that you need to judge your height. Welcome to Loch Lomond,
Thank you.
where the local time is 10 past 11. Takeoff power is set. The
First rise.
So, with my first practice alighting of the day complete, we can press on to a nearby beach. As I set course, I just wanted to let you know that I've teamed up with Pooley's Flight Equipment to offer you a 5% discount on qualifying purchases from their online store. And I'm also partnered with Flying Eyes Optics, meaning you can get 10% off their frames, sunglasses and prescription lenses. In both cases, use the Flying Reporter discount code TFR at the checkout to be sure of making your saving.
Keep it straight. Ah, that's it. That's very nice. Accelerating ground effect, remember?
Sorry, yeah. Oh, it's
That
good
was nice. That was nice.
It's good to get back on the horse.
So if you continue on this heading for now, John,
Yeah.
we are going to be turning north
Right.
to the beach that I'd like to use. If you look in your 9 o'clock, you can see that sandy beach over there? And the next
yeah,
island?
yeah, yeah,
next island
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Not this little one here,
Yeah,
the next one.
yeah.
That's where you're going.
Okay.
So if you want to manoeuvre yourself up to 500 feet to do your inspection pass and decide how you're going to attack certainly get on the water and then decide from the inspection pass as well how you might like to attack the beach.
Ahead is the beach that Stuart wants me to approach. The water is shallow, there are kayakers, people on jet skis and boats causing wake in the water, and high terrain around. I just don't know how I'm going to pick my way through this.
Crikey. So we'd want to be landing that way for wind.
Yep.
Obstacles, well, we can see those ones. Nothing. We've got a buoy there, 2 buoys there.
Yep.
So if they weren't there, I would be going between those buoys and that little island there, I think. Or would
Okay.
you go in a bit tighter?
I would go in tighter, John, because of the water taxi. See that little
Yeah.
circular island?
Yeah.
I'd make this the start of right base, aim towards that island, and then alight between the little island and the beach, provided you're clear of boat wakes.
So we'd do a right
Yeah, you
circuit.
do a right or a left turn now.
In order to minimise the length of the water taxi, Stuart wants me to make my final approach here. The beach I'm heading for is here, and I'm currently positioned downwind.
Keep your airspeed at 70. That's you on base.
And F parts,
And come back to
flaps.
15 inches map. I'll run the F parts checks. Flaps are set. Prop to max, please. Areas inspected. Water rudders are up. Trim set. Stick fully back on the surface. Go beyond the boat wake. So set 13 map.
So we're going to the right of the wake.
Yeah, you're going straight towards the beach, in fact. Just to touch down just beyond the wake. Just beyond that wake, John, that's fine. There you go.
Sorry.
It's okay,
I can
close
feel
the
that
throttle,
sink.
close the throttle, that's it. No brakes, don't worry. Stick fully back. Now that's how you get to a beach.
That's awesome.
That was such a thrill. And both Stuart and I instinctively put on the brakes as we splashed down close to the shore. But of course, the brakes have no effect when we're on the floats. What you're about to see will look easy on camera, but beaching takes a lot of consideration. The gradient of the shoreline, whether there are rocks or anything else that could damage the floats, and of course the wind. Always the wind. So, do we just poodle in like this until we...
Yeah, let's open the door and see what it looks like. I can see the bottom, John.
Right. Is this the sort of speed that you want to be approaching?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely right.
So we've got rudders down at the moment.
Yeah, the rudders are down to give you plenty of steerage.
They can stay down?
They can stay down.
Yeah.
Would you like me to step outside?
Go on then.
I will not go forward to the strut while the engine's running.
Okay. And I need to shut this down before we reach.
You judge when.
Okay. There's nothing like being forced to use your own judgment in training. What better way to learn and put the theory into practice? Stuart is giving me plenty of opportunities to safely take charge. It's a great instructional technique.
The aeroplane's told you it's now.
No, I just did that and I shouldn't have done. Yeah, I thought we were reaching.
It's right at the right time.
Really?
Just as the aeroplane grounded. Now, with somebody on the floats, you can change the centre of buoyancy. So while you might think you're grounded now,
If you've moved.
if I moved aft, the aeroplane might start moving off the sand.
Right.
On the other hand, if I jump off, it will float
Yeah.
and slide back. So what we need to do is make sure either you, and if you pull the master, push the master switch, John, just to take the electrics off. So, and the principle that somebody should always be in the aeroplane or always attached to the aeroplane. As your passenger, I'll jump off because I'm eager and keen to jump off and get wet. I'll take a line with me.
Yeah.
What do you want done with the aeroplane? Do you want it nose towards the beach, or are we going to turn it tail? Think wind again.
There is no wind.
Yeah. So what do you want?
We want it pointing out, don't we?
Good. So
Is that right?
Yep. So retract the water rudders.
Okay. We move it.
We'll both jump in and manoeuvre the aeroplane using, see the lines that hang down from the struts?
Yeah. Well, I'm speechless again. It's just such a thrilling experience. On many levels, you know, we've got the terrain over there, which obviously limits our kind of final approach. We had 2 or 3 speedboats in the patch of water here, just in our landing zone with their wake, and I was thinking, well, I'm not going to land, and Stuart was happy to land, so and it's just again so peaceful, you know, the water's just lapping up here. There's no wind. The water's cold.
Isn't this just wonderful? You know, even though I'm a local, this is an absolute privilege to be able to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
An absolute privilege. This time of the year with the gorse all out, looking nice and yellow. It's a shame we can't see Ben Lomond. The day is clearing up. We will get an opportunity to see Ben Lomond as we move further up the loch to the next beach that you're going to take me to, entirely unassisted by me. It's just wonderful. It's just wonderful.
Okay. Clear prop. We've earned a brew, and we're going to rendezvous now with my cameraman, who's positioned on another beach about 2 miles away. Because we shut down the engine, we need to run it up to 1700 RPM and check all is well. But what I had failed to appreciate until now, though, is that when we do the engine run up in a seaplane, we move forward through the water. So I have to do all the checks while at the same time steering my way around any obstacles or other users of the lock.
Okay, you can go straight. First rise.
Second rise,
Second
hold it.
Pause and ease it onto the step. Anticipating with your right foot. Full right rudder.
Full right rudder is in.
And there you've got some air rudder bite, and there's a buoy coming up. Just turn it to the right a little bit.
So full right rudder.
Okay, it should go to the right a little bit. You should be okay. Nose is too low, slightly nose up. There's the cobblestone effect. Just get ready to get airborne. Hold it ground effect for 70. Lovely stuff, sir. Lovely stuff.
F parts, flaps.
Set.
P is for
Max. Area you've inspected. Water rudders are up. Trim set. Stick fully aft. Let's see how we get on.
flaring.
Too
Quite
high.
a lot of sync there, didn't we?
Bit of power, bit of power, bit of power. Just hold it, that attitude, hold the attitude. Stick fully back, stick fully back. Close the throttle.
With flying generally, one of the biggest feelings that you get is the sense of freedom, being able to go where you want, when you want, however frequently you want to go. But this takes it to a whole new level because you're not restricted to those airfields. And just look at this beautiful scenery that we've landed in. If you want to have a go at seaplane flying in Scotland, either as an experience or to get your seaplane rating, then do get hold of Stuart and the team at Scotia Seaplanes. The best contact for them is through their website, scotlandonfloats.com. The link is on your screen and in the video description. Stuart, what an amazing 2 days. Thank you so much. I don't think I've felt this excited since, you know, soon after getting my licence. It's like it's reinvigorated my love of flying again. As if it could do that, but it has.
Yeah. Excellent. That's part of the intention. It really is quite a different experience, isn't it?
I love flying to go places and see things, and this does that.
Yeah.
You know, can you just lawfully sort of land anywhere, like we have done today, or do you have to check? You know, there's no AIP for all the beaches in Scotland or England or wherever.
No, there's no AIP. The legal situation in Scotland is undoubtedly different from that in England.
Right.
The right to roam gives us the freedom to do this kind of thing. I think
different from how we have it in England. We can't do that.
Indeed it is,
right.
yeah, because the law of trespass is effectively different in England.
Yeah.
We have the right to roam in Scotland, provided we show, and I think the phrase is, responsible use of the land.
Right.
We do stay away from areas we don't know, sites of special scientific interest, so we can check on the Scottish National Heritage website if there are any triple SIs. We stay away from drinking water, that's for sure.
Final question. What do I log in the logbook? Because it's got a landings section. I can't, we didn't land.
You didn't land, you alighted.
I alighted.
So I would suggest in the remarks column you qualify the landing as an alighting.
Oh.
And the nice thing about all these alightings that you've been doing is that there's no landing fees.
I like that a lot.
So you're not going to pay 200 quid for 8 water landings.
Yeah.
You're going to pay absolutely nothing.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, John. It's been absolutely fantastic having you here.
And a reminder that Stuart has joined me on the new Flying Reporter podcast to discuss some of the technicalities of seaplane flying that we haven't been able to include here and how you go about getting your rating. Check that out now on your preferred podcasting platform. That's it. Until next time, fly safely, my friends.